G'day, Stu Lees here. It's Friday, so it's time for my weekly free tip. This week, 3 things that most of you already know about, but most people that I meet are doing one of them or two of them or 3 of them, but not doing all 3 habitually. And to be honest, it's one of those things that if you don't have all 3 working in harmony, then you're not going to get the results you want. And what are those results? Well, usually things that lead to sales. Someone's buying your product. And the things that lead to sales are maybe a lead that comes in, someone who's made an inquiry or something like that. So if you want the things that you want, you've got to work on all 3 of these things and build habits around them. So number 1, and that's very, very simple, and that is attracting an audience. So I think we all know what that means. That means getting more followers on Facebook or getting more followers on Instagram or more connections in LinkedIn. Now, every day you could be doing one thing or a handful of things to attract more people as an audience to the things that you're saying in your marketing. A lot of the people I work with within LinkedIn, every single day they connect to a few new people on LinkedIn. Sometimes people DM. A lot of Instagram people I know, every single day they are liking other people. They're searching for people on their LinkedIn, on their Instagram, and they are liking them and maybe liking some of their things in the hope that person will like back. It might be that the habitual thing that you're doing is constantly tuning ads or constantly tuning Google SEO, but that's the first thing. Every day, week, all the time, you need to be attracting an audience. But if you have a really big audience, does it stop there? No, because you don't have the other 2 things. Okay. Now, the next thing's pretty obvious too. But again, a lot of people aren't habitually doing that, and that is building people's trust in you. A lot of people will attract an audience, get 10, 20, 50, 200, 20,000 people following them or in their email audience, and then they'll just be pummeling them with sales offers. Doesn't work. Of course it doesn't work, because they don't trust you. So habitually building trust with your audience, and that gets a little bit more technical because you need to understand what you trust, who your audience are, and what they need from you. But the real basic stuff is showing up to whatever channel that you're in regularly. So if you've got a good email list, it's sending emails out with some intention, and that intention should be to service that audience's needs, not to sell them something. So what does that mean? Well, Friday Tips is one of my ways of building trust with people, because it's about topics that I know a lot in. I've got business coaches who regularly show up and provide a different area of business, a different bit of advice. I know accountants who talk about GST one week and they talk about FBT another week. I know graphic designers who do Canva tips for people. So you can be building people's trust in you merely by helping them do something small in their life. But the key is regular. And to get it regular, make a habit out of it. Set a plan to do it 2 times a week. Building trust, which is often your content. Okay, so you're attracting an audience, then that's constantly building, and you keep doing that. You're building their trust, and a lot of people will stop there. So they've got the 2 out of the 3. And some people will just do this last one very infrequently, or sometimes like once. They think, that one campaign and everything will happen. Oh, it was the campaign's fault that I didn't get the leads that I wanted or the sales that I wanted. So the 3rd thing that you need to be habitually doing is giving people something to do, some sort of action that's of high value to them, not to you. So in some cases that might be called a lead magnet, or in a basic way that could be a giveaway where you're saying, hey, here's a thing that you can do to contact me, is here's a PDF that I've done which has got 14 pages or an entire book. I just bought a lead magnet from a company, right? And I've got low expectations, but it cost me like $10 US, right? So I'm like, okay, well, I might learn something from it, $10 US, and I'm interested. So it was of high value for what they offered, and their content was constantly building a little bit of trust to make me do that one thing. And I haven't bought anything of significance from this company yet, but they're doing things in the right order, right? So number 1, they're attracting an audience. Number 2, they're building trust in that audience so that I will do number 3, which is giving them an action that's of high value to me. So some other high value things could be running free events. It could be downloadable, usable templates. It could be free access to you. But if you're going to give people free access to you, don't go a free consult session. Give it a function, right? Give it a free, if you're a finance person, say, I'm going to do a free cash flow consult session over half an hour. We're going to go through your bank account and we're going to go through your cash flow woes and we're going to solve those problems in half an hour. So be really, really specific in that third action. And if you're doing the three things and you're doing them habitually, which means you're making an offer to people once a week, which is the number 3, you're attracting audience every single day. You're building their trust every few days. If you're doing those 3 things, I promise to you that you will start getting more success in your marketing. And that is Friday afternoon's little tip, which is the 3 things you need to be doing. Hopefully that's helpful for you. If you're not sure how to do number 2, which is building trust, I'm launching a content planner next week. So stay focused on these channels. You'll be seeing some posts and emails around my content planning spreadsheet, which helps you build trust in people, right? So it helps you map out what are all of the indicators and the things that my customers are going to need from me to build trust. And then, and it will help you understand for your particular audience, when is the right time, what is the right thing to do, how often do I do it to actually give them number 3, which is giving them an offer so that you can attract a lead. All right, that's it from me. Have a great weekend. Thank you very much for following. Cheers.